Well, why don't we go over and take a look at the grain market? Let's talk about soybeans for a second here. Well, we can actually talk about it for a little longer. It's also been very interesting. Headlines this week: the government giving or pledging to give 16 billion in aid to the farmers because they have been on the front lines of the tariff war with China. So initially we were looking at, say, $2 a bushel for beans, 63 cents a bushel for wheat, and 5 cents a bushel for corn. We haven't really got anything, I think, ultimately pinned down there, except for the 16 billion. We'll see how they dole it out. That's going to be something to keep an eye on because that too could change, change how the markets trade. Speaking of changing how the markets trade, May 10th was a watershed moment, at least for me, in seeing how China was dealing with the U.S. and our negotiators and negotiations, because when they pulled everything off the table and we kind of canceled and had a reset button, that kind of told me that I think that this thing's going to last a little bit longer than a lot of folks thought. So, look, they don't have the power of the press in their country to force politicians to do something like a CNN news poll or an MSNBC news poll. Those types of things aren't going to affect President Xi. He'll do whatever he wants to do, and he won't care. So that's why this thing could be protracted and be a little bit longer. Something to keep in mind, okay? Because this is not going to get done overnight. And then lastly is this. I've been talking about this all week on the television. The Chinese could be up to 80% of our market, right? That's a big customer, right? It's a big customer for the U.S., period. But when you go drill down to soybeans, 80% is what they would purchase, or they could up to purchase from us, right? Well, if that's going to be the case, and we're asking that customer to shop elsewhere for however long it takes, it's already been 15, 16 months now. If we've got to wait another year and a half for the election, if you've got your number one customer that's purchasing that much of your crop, shopping elsewhere, I think this is why the market's got a little bit nervy, is that because once you do put that "yes, we're open" sign back up and you want everybody to come flooding back with all their business, there is going to be some sort of degradation. You're not going to get 100% of those customers back. And I think the market's waking up to that fact. So the longer this goes on, the more you're going to lose customers for a much longer period of time. That's why I think you've seen the volatility that you've seen, and that's what's going to keep it interesting going forward. I'm Scott Shelley here on the Seymour Group Flores in Chicago. Have a great and safe holiday weekend.